Hey guys, this is Trey. Sorry for the pause and delay of me just moving around. My webcam doesn't respond to movement very well, or when it starts out, it's kind of buggy. Anyway, if my mouth doesn't match the words that you're seeing on my mouth, kind of like old cartoons, deal with it. Okay, so today I am going to rant about JRPGs. And for all of you who don't know what that stands for, TISC. It stands for Japanese RPG. Now, what I'm going to rant about on today is the favorite JRPG game that I own, what I like about JRPGs, and a couple random facts about JRPGs. I'm just gonna talk until I can't talk, which is probably only 9 minutes until I get confused again. So, let's start with one of my JRPG games. We'll start with the oldest. This, oh crap, that's not a JRPG. Okay, well, I was going to show you Disgaea. That's not a JRPG. That's a Japanese strategy game. So, Disgaea, Disgaea 2, and Disgaea 3 are out of here. Disgaea 3. Great games, though. And they're Japanese, but kind of strategy role-playing game is not really what I'm talking about. Anyway, okay, we'll continue. Okay. White Knight Chronicles by Level 5. In some ways, a great disappointment to me, but in some ways, a very, very wonderful game. This game basically kind of killed Dark Cloud for me because, I mean, where's Dark Cloud 3 level 5? I want it, and a lot of people do. But White Knight Chronicles spawned a sequel, and what it is you basically just take the role of oh my god, I can't believe I forgot his name. Leonard or something like that. And another neat side about this game is you get to create your own character, but it's not the main character. It's just some character watching from the sideline. And it has kind of MMO aspects to it too. You get to create your own village and go on quests with other people. Um, that's one of my JRPGs. I'll just go through them right now. Now, horribly acclaimed on IGN, one of the most lowest scores I've seen on IGN, which isn't very good. I think it got a 2. But it is Mugen Souls. Something that might kind of put a huge emphasis and over exaggeration on JRPGs. Reading the back almost kind of explains it all. Turn everything into your loyal peon in this over the top, overwhelming RPG. It's so overwhelming that the chapter names have overwhelming, like at the beginning of it. Like the first one was overwhelming intro or overwhelming encounter. And it's all about this girl named Shushu who wants to turn everything into her peon, and she can turn continents into her peons. The gameplay is crazy fun, but it does get a little annoying at some parts, just how the jokes and humor in it. Like, they made fun of Legend of Zelda or other games that you get to go into houses, but it was a guy breaking pots and going into the house and just basically saying that he can and people allow it because he's a hero. Which brings me to another fact in the game, the titles that they get. If you have the title of hero, that changes your character immensely. Since I'm thinking a lot about Disgaea 3 and I don't want its thoughts to cloud mine, but you get very weird title in Mugen Souls. Like, Shushu's is undisputed god? Something like that? What game? Okay, Square Enix in the mix. And guess what? It's not Final Fantasy. I don't have a physical copy of Final Fantasy. I have the downloadable classic ones. I had 13? God, getting lost. Probably by 14. If you want to play, I'll share my username once get it out. But Nier. Nier stuck out to me in a lot of ways just because how crazy the game was from any other kind of RPG I played. It's emotional, gets to you. It's a great game. It's an overwhelming game. I mean, I tried doing a review on this game before, but I'm not good with editing and throwing in snippets of pictures and things, so I thought why not just talk and vlog. In this game, you are a father who wants to save your daughter, Yona, and she is basically dying, and I don't want to spoil anything, and there will be no spoilers in this, by the way. But it's a good game. Sorry, I was staring at a meal. This is a meal. Creepy skeleton dude. Okay, Nier. The opening. I threw it in on my review. It was, God, I forgot her name. It's making me mad now. Now you guys, I gotta open up the instruction booklet. Kaine, figured it out. Kaine opens up with, and I will say this as censored as possible for all the younger kids watching. I don't think I've looked up at the camera, so I've just been staring off into space, I guess. But it opens with, Vice, you dumb. Start making sense, you rotten book. You're gonna be sorry. Maybe I'll rip your pages out one by one, or maybe I'll put you in the furnace. Oh, Shadow Lord, I love you, Shadow Lord. Why don't you come over here and give Weiss a big sloppy kiss, Shadow Lord? Now pull your head out of your... helping us. That last part was hard. Put that back in there and close it up. I could go on talking about Nier for a really long time. I mean, there's even a level where it's mostly just talking. Like, at least 10 minutes of talking. It's amusing. It's like reading a book. That's how they trick you guys into reading a book. Okay. I feel bad for leaving a whole series last. But, yeah. Renaissance of Fate. This game. This game defined shooting and RPGs. And it's cool. But, I mean, I've already forgot the controls because I've been playing a lot of other games. But it's a crazy cool game. And Tri-Ace and Sega, I think they published it. So Tri-Ace did a really good job in making that game. The characters are lackluster. Honestly, the characters don't hold a lot of appeal now that I think about it, but I mean, it's just kind of the innovative. How many RPGs focus mainly on guns? I mean, sure, Final Fantasy started adding guns in 10? No, wow, forget I said that, please. That's very offensive. I think they've had guns since their earlier days. Anyway, Renaissance of Fate. Just kind of a cool way to throw it in there. And now you guys are gonna hate me for probably bringing these up, and half of them probably won't even know what they are. But let's start with the first one. Atelier Rorona, the Alchemist of Arland. Arland. And in this game, there is an RPG battle system that is not what it focuses on. It focuses on gathering. And you go through and gather materials and do whatever request you have and Atelier Rorona, you have to save your workshop. Yeah, you save your workshop and you have a time limit, which makes me mad, but it kind of makes the point across you can't screw around and forget about what you have to do. It's kind of like Harvest Moon without growing crops and having a big field with rocks in it that you have to level up your materials and break rocks. And yeah, you can hire friends and uh, take requests from friends to make them less money for you to hire them to fight with you. Because you're just the girl who uses magic. She can heal people, but she's not the strongest character of your party. Now, this game is not the first in the Atelier series. In fact, I think it's like the 14th. But it brought the 3D aspect to the game, I think. Now, the Atelier Totori, sorry. The Adventure of Arlen. It is the second Arland game, which she actually lives outside of Arland, so, whatever. But in this one, she wants to become an adventurer and search for her mom, and it includes all those gathering aspects, and I think you have to build a boat. That's all I really know. That's your time limit in that game. Okay, and finally, drumroll, no drumroll, Atelier Miruru, the apprentice of Arlen. And Miruru is a princess who doesn't like being a princess and wants to be an alchemist. So she becomes an alchemist, and her father decides to let her be an alchemist, but she also has to kind of control the economic system of. Let's see if it says it here. Yeah, she's the princess. She's not the princess of Arland. It's another minor outlying place. But before the merge with Arlen, she kind of has to manage the ecosystem of it, and of course, time limit. And now, even if we're edging close to the end of the video, I have decided to talk about the Disgaea series just because they have RPG elements, and you get level ups. It's a strategy RPG, but you know what? Disgaea. This game is pretty amazing. It has, yeah, it's just read the back. Strategy RPGs are about to get a serious kick in the ass. This game takes you guys, this is just my opinion, but you guys can say whatever you want. This game takes Final Fantasy Tactics and crumples it up and throws it into the wastebasket. It takes storyline, puts over the top Japanese RPGs. And the storyline in Final Fantasy Tactics was great. I guess I spent most of my time on Tactics Advanced, but whatever. But Disgaea always has this crazy cast of characters and kind of a memorable. There's over 150 character classes that you get to play as, and I think you can reach level 9,999 in all of them. In Disgaea 1, you're Prince Laharl being woken up because you've been asleep for a while and your father's dead. Demons don't care, so he's just like, okay, and now he has to defeat the demons that want to take his heir to the throne, and you are accompanied by Etna, his loyal servant who uses prinnies as slaves. They are, if for those of you who don't know what a prinny is, it's gotta find a prinny. I can't go without showing you a prinny. Where's a prinny? Gotta find a prinny. Oh my god. I'll find it in the maybe booklet for number 2. Number 2, Disgaea 2. Felt a little faster paced to me than Disgaea 1. I did like the storyline. You play as Adele, the male character who doesn't like females because when he was searching to cure his family for being Okay, so what happens, and this is not a spoiler, is everybody in his village is turned into a monster, is turning into a monster. They still have their wits, but Adele was looking for a cure, and he was caught by like a succubus, and all I'll go to is like stuff happened, and he doesn't like women anymore. But Adele is probably one of the coolest characters I've ever seen in a game next to the protagonist from Nier. He's kind of a badass. Plus, he's the only character in the Disgaea series that doesn't fight with the sword. Over 100 hours of devilish mayhem. Plus, in all the Disgaea games, once you beat the game, there's a new game plus option where you get to start off with all your stats, along with the Atelier series. Now, Disgaea 3 is played by the voice of Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist, and okay, Prinny. Yeah, the penguin thing. You throw them and they blow up. In fact, if you sign up for the newsletter on NIS America, they're called the Prinny Bomb. Now, this game is over the top now. They started going over the top with their RPG with that all of them, but this one's pretty weird. This is where I was getting the title thing confused of, but he takes the title of hero and he's starting to change. Well, so does the hero he stole the title from. In this one, just the way you can fight, you can stack up on each other and just like wobble around. It's weird. It's so weird, but it's so much fun. All these games and lots more. I might have to do a rant on Western RPGs now. In fact, I didn't even know there was a difference until a little bit, until I saw a video where it was like, hey, I see the difference on Western RPGs, not JRPGs. I want to know what happened to Northern and Southern RPGs. Southern RPGs. Hey guys, beauty pageant time. Increase your level to 99 and win Ultimate Grand Supreme. I wonder how an RPG would play out as the Southern beauty pageant for 3 to 9, 12-year olds. That's a weird topic. Maybe I'll talk about it later. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up. So, White Knight Chronicles, Mugen Souls, Nier, Renaissance of Fate, Atelier Rorona Totori, and Miruru, Disgaea 1, 2, and 3. JRPGs. I can never get enough of them, and I hope neither can you, because they're just good. I could have swore I had more than this. Final Fantasy. Let's talk about Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy. I didn't play 7 a lot. You can all hate on me now. My favorite Final Fantasy would probably be... See, that's a hard question. I really like the remake of 3 that they made for DS, iOS, and Android. Just because it was really, really cool. The first one always sticks out to me because it's something I always go back to. I always play games in order, unless... Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say it. 10. I liked 10 a lot. I think that was when Square merged with Enix to form Square Enix. I like... No, first game was Square. 10 was just Square. But it kind of brought the definition of the graphics and stuff. Like, they had crazy, cool... It was just something that you wanted to see from a Final Fantasy game, and you finally got it. And I liked the characters, but then there was the fact that there was, like, underwater soccer team where the guy actually fought with the soccer ball in a battle. That's another thing that always bugged me with RPGs, like Pokemon. How could a Bubble Blast hurt? And I know I've seen, like, even the anime, I don't know if it's even a cartoon now. And I'll call it an anime. The anime of Pokemon, Bubble Blast. It just looks so harmless, and it's just bubbles. Pop, pop. Allergic to water. Allergic to yourself. That would suck. But okay, I'm going to end this rant. Make sure you like Wolfline Media. And yeah, we stopped our branching. This is the first video in a long time. Look forward to the Farm 2. It's going to be made this summer. The cast and not a handheld camera view. We're going to have people recording us now. We're still going to be directing it, but it's going to be better. And we have music rights from Radical Face. Look up Nikon European commercials and you'll find out who he is. Because that was kind of a really big commercial thing. Anyway, I keep glancing up at my game shelf to see if I missed any RPGs. And I don't see any I missed. I see Western RPGs. Not a lot though. Like this video and tell me what you want to see me rant about next. It's late, so I'm not being crazy like I was in my World of Warcraft Let's Play videos. Sorry I took those down, by the way. But if you want to see me do anything from more vlogs like this or game reviews, I'll talk about anything. I mean, it's pretty exciting. It's fun. If you want to see me review a PS3 game, if you want to see me review Mugen Souls or do a Let's Play, I'll definitely go out and buy a video game capturing device. I mean, we at Wolfline Media need to do that actually. So we're gonna go do that and just post what you guys want us to review. I mean, all my games vary. I have the JRPGs to Battlefield 3 and everything in between. So just name what you want to watch us Let's Play and I'll play the whole game through, just as long as you guys are watching. So like and subscribe and comment below. Thank you and goodbye.